blackboard replaced by banyan tree. Your textbook replaced by palm leaf. The benches by woven mats and the teacher walks in chanting the sacred mantras. And when you ask a question, he says, child, knowledge is not questioned, but accepted. Well, that's exactly the type of education my opponents are advocating for. But don't worry, once Gurukuls created saints, but today's schools create scientists. With this, Jai Hind to one and all present here. Today I stand before you to speak against the motion as I firmly believe that the Indian knowledge tradition is no more relevant in the modern Indian education system. The 21st century is about artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, and globalization. And let's face the reality that the modern world cannot thrive on a 2,000-year-old system which was based on rote learning of verses. It's like replacing algorithms with mantras. And let me clarify, I'm not against the ancient wisdom, but I believe that nostalgia cannot be part of the syllabus. It is to be respected and not to be implemented. Albert Einstein has rightly said that education is not learning of the past, but training of the mind to think. That's exactly new education policy of 2020 talks. It's about research, analysis, and questioning, and not just saying yes, Masterji or yes, Guruji to everything you are being told. Now let me ask you all, if you have heard the names like Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Kalpana Chawla, or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? Well, yes, of course you have. And no, they didn't come out of any ancient gurukuls, but the byproducts of the modern Indian schools. Even the judges, the audience, me and you, my fellow debaters, we all are part of a system which nurtures critical thinking, leadership, and the courage to challenge the world. Moving ahead, it is rightly said that education is about what we can become and not just blabbering about what we have done. Tradition can inspire us, but it cannot define us. And it's high time that my worthy opponents accept the fact that the modern world stands on the shoulders of science and not scriptures. We reached the moon by rockets, and our Jyotish Shastra, we fought COVID with blessings, with vaccines and not blessings. And we power cities with electricity and not yagya or havan. Now, to all my worthy opponents who will come here and say that previously education was very good, but let me remind you that previously education was not a right but a privilege given to only the upper classes. But I ask, what about the women, even the speakers who are coming here, who are female and favoring the motion? What about you? What about the lower classes? Have you all forgotten the injustices done to Eklavya and Karn just because they belong to a lower class? But today, my friends, education is a fundamental right as enshrined in our constitution under Article 21A. It is based on merit and not class. Not only that, today the scope of education has become endless thanks to digital platforms like ePathshala, Swayam, Diksha, YouTube, and many more, helping you become international citizens and not just confined to your local communities. My friend, a very wise man once said, education should be what you want to become and what you aim for, as it is the passport to the future. We must respect the past but not forget the possibilities of futures. Our gurus of past lit the lamps of knowledge, but we must become the lighthouse of tomorrow, as education isn't just about remembering who we are, but what we can become. So let's aspire for a realm where every mind has access to knowledge, where we create thinkers, dreamers, and change makers, and where rationality and logic prevails. So let's learn, not just learn, but to change, to create, and to lead. With this, I'd like to adjourn my case. Jai Hind.